Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where the new version of the game and the new DLC, version 1.7 and what is it, Friends and Foes? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Friends and Foes, it's supposed to be like a event pack. That's out. But if we go into the pause menu here, you'll see we're still on version 1.6.1.2. I tried updating the game to 1.7, and I started seeing some huge hitching effects. Now, it's possible that that would have gone away if I had ticked forward and let it go. But, like, when I was scrolling around like this, there was about a 2-second freeze about every 5 seconds. And that just seemed fairly unacceptable to me. So we're still back on the older version here. If there's a patch that comes out that fixes that, or just generally a patch, I might try again. But for now, that's where we're at. Now, I don't think there's anything in this expansion that should break this game. It's just that hitching, and that likely wouldn't exist in a new game either. So that's just something to think about. I'll try it if there's a new version that comes out a little bit later on. We apparently have an independence faction about to fire here. And the Liberty faction we just dealt with. Okay. And I believe, if I recall correctly, I was speculating that the independence faction is not actually going to be relevant once it recalculates after we dealt with that. The threshold is currently 50%. I think that threshold is going to jump up. If they rebel, we will fight them. That is certainly the plan here. Okay, yeah, they're not relevant. That's what I thought would happen. Cool. So she learned Norse. Fantastic. That's good for her. These ransoms are very likely acceptable. Yep, there we go. I would love to be on version 1.7. Sadly, that's not an option. This guy we're truce to, and he has a lot of coastline over here. That's for sure. I wouldn't necessarily mind going after this guy, but we're truce to him too. So we can't do anything down here. Ah, now this is an option. We can go for this island. That's all one county. Let's do it. So we shouldn't need more than a few thousand here. We'll raise our men-at-arms, and we'll raise our levy troops. Cool. They call in a holy order. They've got 8,000 troops. Not a big deal. So we will put together a similar quantity of troops, similar-ish, and we'll continue to build up our coastline. These guys will arrive in 45 days. We will definitely wait for that. An ally did join. 12,000 now. Ajuran over here? Okay, that's not very concerning. Should be fine. 20 days left until our men-at-arms arrive. Oh, right, we could have expanded our men-at-arms. I just remembered that. We need to do that after this one. Okay, so we'll group all that together, and we'll come out over here to Socotra. Fantastic. So off we go. And this should honestly end the war very quickly over here. And we'll definitely beef up our men-at-arms. Chances are even. We're already locked into this. If we weren't, I would have moved over to here. With the face hostility advantage, I think we'll be okay here. Even if we're not, there is a location to retreat to, so it's fine. Oh yeah, we win this. Beautiful. So we've got this Epicurean entertainment here. Sure, we can try to form a friendship with somebody. That's fine. And we can also grab a lifestyle perk. We will go ahead and take... Pedagogy? Pedagogy. Cool. So that'll be fine, and we should probably consider switching our focus at this point. I don't think we need to be on learning focus anymore at this time. I'd like to switch over to domain or wealth focus. I'm going to go for wealth for the moment. Yeah, that didn't get us any additional domain limit, so that's fine. The siege will be done shortly. They're going to come back in and attack us, but they're definitely going to lose this, now that we're no longer recently disembarked. This guy wants to purchase a truce with us. We can't attack him. Sure. So that's completely fine. We'll defeat this army again and continue to siege. And they're just going to keep turning around and walking right back into us. They have no real reason not to, but they're not going to win. And this war will be over in 20 days. Then we can work on our men-at-arms, which is definitely something that we need to do. No doubt about that. Okay. So we at this point will enforce our demands and disband our troops. This will be handed on out. Fantastic. So we now have a bit of a forward operating base here where we could start attacking India. In fact, 3 counties. 1, 2, 3 that we'd not be able to take here. 4. 4 counties. That's not bad. He's out of our diplomatic range, so we can't actually go there. That's sad. Could we go for Devagiri? No. This guy we could go for. Okay. This is a landlocked county here. We should probably go for this if we're going to do that. But I'm more planning this. We're not going to declare it right now. I'm more thinking about how we want to break into this area. So that'll be the plan there, I think. And we definitely want to increase the size of our regiments. Now the question is, do we want to get more trebuchet? We could also get an additional unit of crossbowmen. How many heavy infantry do people like this have? If we were to declare on Georgia. Let's look at what their composition is. Pikemen, armored footmen, pikemen, armored horsemen, cataphract. You know what? Having a unit of armored horsemen is maybe not the worst idea. That would give us a little bit more counter coverage. So our armored horsemen would counter archers, which we don't currently counter, I don't think. Varangian veterans, pikemen, and crossbowmen. Yeah, we don't counter archers right now. So a unit of armored horsemen is not the worst idea. Let's do it. So we'll create that, and now we'll need to bring up our sizes as close to maximum as we can. And then we'll spend down a lot of gold here, especially when we get those armored horsemen going. Cool. Okay, so we need a grand total of like 400 more gold. Fantastic. We can do these ransoms guaranteed. And that gets us very close. Size 11. Apparently we are attending a feast, and this ransom is fine. This ransom is also fine. On the month tick, we will have enough to get our men-at-arms maxed out. So that's absolutely great. This ransom is okay too. There we go. That is now maxed, and this ransom is fine. So we'll let these guys regenerate for a couple of months here. I would like to get more constructions built over here soon enough. There are some of these that aren't maxed out yet. We will need cash for that, of course. So that's fine. We're currently fascinating knighthood. So that'll be good too. Buffing up the effectiveness of our knights. Now note that that's our knights, not our cavalry, to be clear. These cavalry that we just added, they won't get anything from that. It's our champions. These guys are the guys that would be improved. So that's fine. We can ransom off prisoners, but we can also vassalize some neighbors. This guy can be vassalized. Done. Diplomatic is allowed, even with them being landlocked. And you would be acceptable too. Cool. So we'll grab those. Fantastic. That does put us up over our vassal limit, but I'm interested in seeing, what do we have over here? Yeah, we can definitely create a duchy title here, and that would go over to you. And no problem. Fantastic. This ransom is probably not great. We'll not do that for the time being. Okay. We could also go after this guy. What duchy options are there here? Actually, this one is fully legal for us to own because of the river. That might not be terrible. Do we want to declare this now? We still need a lot of knights. That's for sure. Most of the rest of our units are fully regenerated at this time. But we do need those knights. They're not done yet. They'll probably get there as we get closer to declaring this. That is to say, once we embark and head on in, they'll probably get there. I'm also a little bit concerned about our cash. But I think we'll go ahead and do this. So it's this duchy here that we're going to grab. And the point behind this is just to break into the Indian subcontinent. That's the idea here. We can make our way up these rivers eventually, but for now we're going to focus on these coastlines. So this is going to get us a nice leapfrog here. And open up more opportunities for us to attack. We can attack down here. We can attack over this way once our truces wear out. And we can make our way down these rivers. So that'll be fine, but I definitely want to break into the Indian Ocean a little bit more here. So let's go ahead and declare this now, and we'll see how this ends up going. We'll raise all of our men-at-arms here, and some levy troops. We'll need at least 25,000. That ally joins, but we were expecting that. So it'll take some time to raise our troops over here, for sure. Yeah, this is fully expected. We're starting to get pretty far away from home here. Cool. So that's sufficient. And we're going to get our men-at-arms. We're definitely going to be negative in our cash here pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. It's not too bad, but it is a bit rough. So as far as our landing site goes, I don't like this site. I want to land here and come in here. They're more likely to be in their capital. So let's go ahead and embark. This will cost us 84. Not too bad. I gotta say, this would be a kind of surprising war declaration if I was playing these guys. Like, sure, we have a huge amount of this coast on lockdown, right? But that we'd just jump over to here? That would be surprising to me. But here we go. With our newly improved men-at-arms. Okay, as expected, they're sitting in their capital. That's what we thought. We've actually bisected their armies here. That was a little lucky. That was not necessarily the goal here, but it does the trick. These guys are very likely to come attack our siege force. Let's see what they do. We're going to catch this force over here. They do start moving over. They're too late. They are too late. Beautiful. So we win that fight, and we're going to come on over this direction. We're going to catch them there, I think. We can come up over here and begin a siege. They're kind of in the way for us to go after their capital, but that's okay. Cool. And there's no crossing up here, so we're pretty safe here. We can start a slow siege on their capital if we want to. I don't know how necessary it really is. Why can you not leave me in peace? Get out of here. Okay, 8 months on that. That's not that bad for a slow siege, really. We stack wiped their army there. And their ally army, we kicked them out. We didn't know that they were going to be bisected like that, so that was a stroke of luck. Very pleased about that one. And honestly, taking their capital will end the war here. Guaranteed. Beautiful. Our friend died, and we'll buy a new cloak. We're actually positive in gold right now. Remarkable. We'll group these back together because this is definitely going to end the war. There we go. War is over. We will enforce our demands and disband our troops. Beautiful. Just like that, we have an inroad. Excellent. So we're going to grant these off. Naturally, this is going to put us over our vassal limit. That's guaranteed. We already knew that. We are going to create this duchy, or rather usurp it, and grant that over to this guy. Cool. No problem there. Now we have a lot of opportunities out over here. Because now we can declare war not quite as far away as this. Can we declare war here? We can. Interesting. So just a little bit closer, and we'll be able to make it all the way to the edge of the map. That's excellent. We could declare on Hafun here. Is this all one duchy here? I doubt it. What are the claims that we have? Wait, what? When did we get all this territory? I didn't do that. It's legal for us to hold as long as it's not the top level liege that does it. So, okay, we got all that territory. Sure. What other claims do we have? Not much. Okay. Yeah, those are some awkward kingdom divisions there. Which means that we're also going to see awkward duchy divisions. Technically, this is inland. This guy will retain the duchy, so we would have to grant out these two. Are we better off going here? This one is inland. These two are not. I think we are actually better off going here. And then we can just kind of creep our way around, connect all that up, and go after all of this up here. These guys have a lot of coastline that we want to take. There's no doubt about that. Okay. So this is their capital right here. I kind of want to raise up in this same location. He only has about 10,000, 12,000 with the Holy Order. Okay, that's about what I expected. Cool. So we'll raise up around 15,000 here. Shouldn't be too bad. That's 12,000. 15. Cool. We'll wait on the men-at-arms. They should arrive shortly here. There they are. And we're going to head in and hit their capital here. I don't expect that the recently disembarked will be a problem. It should be fine. And as far as these guys go, there's a lot of coastline for us to take, and that'll be a lot of different wars. They're also pretty powerful, so that's another thing to think about. There's a faction here. This is an independence faction. That's the same independence faction. I think we'll allow it. We'll let it slide for the moment. We'll see if we end the war here. That's really close. 74% war score. Okay, they can send their ultimatum in 6 months. So what are you angry about? You're a clan vassal, and you want to seat on the council. Okay. I don't really care about that. Yeah, I don't really care about that. So we're going to leave behind a siege force here. There we go. And they're going to get a siege commander. We're going to walk down over here and fight these guys. This should end the war. This should definitely end the war. Cool. War is over. We'll enforce those demands. He will retain control of the duchy here. So because we don't control the duchy, that means that we are required to grant this independence. So we will do so. We'll grant that out and grant independence. Cool. The rest of this, of course, we need to grant out to random vassals. And from here, we should definitely not declare further wars. That's for sure. I would like to create the duchy title here, which we now can usurp. And then we can grant that over to this guy. And he might go after Harab. We'll see if he does. That'd be great if he did. But we're 4 direct vassals above still. Okay. We do want to deal with that, for sure. Looking for decent options. Over here might be good. Sure, we'll create this duchy. We still have a lot of duchies to create, let alone kingdoms, so we should be fine on that front. Okay. Nothing can be granted out de jure automatically right now. What about this up here? We can't go after this guy, but we can potentially create this title, Kingdom of Maghreb, which we'll do. And that will go over to this fine gentleman here. We will also negotiate his release on the condition that he converts, which he will do, and he's going to get a ton of opinion from that. There we go. 84 opinion. Beautiful. Anything else that we can do here? We're good. We're actually good. Okay. So these guys are going to rebel in 4 months. The Queen of Nubia is the primary instigator here. And that's her. Now, she's already taken a lot of this territory. She's the one that took all of this territory for us. So that's fine. She is the correct religion. And that's going to fire in just a couple of months here. So we're going to let that fire. Once it gets down to 1 month, we will raise up in Nubia. It's an independence faction, so we need to conquer their territory. Okay. We're going to drop our rally point in their capital. We're going to raise our men-at-arms and our levy troops. That'll take some time, but we're aware of that. We decline this. We just discovered banking. I mean, that's nice, for sure. It was guilds next. Okay, that'll do. We're almost to the late medieval era. Cool. So she has like 13,000 troops. I'm not too concerned about that. All of this should be absolutely fine. 0? No, we declined that. Get out of here with that. Cool. I'm raising up about 20k here. There we go. They can send their ultimatum at any time. So please, rebel. Anytime now is good. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on here and here. Those are both fine. Oh, is that it? Good. I was just starting to think about spreading these guys out over here for supply purposes, but here we go. We will not be threatened. We will rally the troops, and of course we will head out and back in to start up our siege. Their capital will fall in 40 days. We will split off our trebuchets as well as our levies, and we'll take these guys up and work on stack wiping this army. They're going to be done in 7 days. We'll arrive there in 8, so this should be fine. We'll leave behind a siege commander. Cool. That's a merc force. That's fine. Excellent. Okay, we're at 26% war score here right now. Didn't get anybody hostage there, which is unfortunate. I'm sad about that. Nah. Okay. Just checking supply limits here. I wouldn't mind coming down over here and fighting these guys if we can catch them, which is a bit of an if. We actually can. Beautiful. So we'll catch them there. Stack wipe that. And we're just going to siege our way through here as quickly as we can, I think. That'll be our win condition here. Should be fine. Stewardship lifestyle perk available, and we are going to take golden obligations. Cool. So we're 44% war score here, and these sieges are happening quite quickly, or at least this one is. This one not so quickly, but that's just fine. We'll go get started over here. Ooh, 18 months on this still? Fort level's too high. Oh, these guys... I sent the wrong force. It's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine. Okay. The steward is going to get assigned. We need a new one of those. And we'll head down over this direction. Cool. We're actually making reasonable progress up here. So that's good. We're 55% right now. 12% of that is from ticking. We should probably check in on our capital and make sure they're not attacking that. They're not. Okay. All is good then. So we'll siege here and then loop back up. Fantastic. I think here next? Yeah, that'll do. We'll arrive there in 2 months. Do we like... I think we do relieve this siege at this point. I think that's definitely something that we should do. So we'll go ahead and do so. And they are taking over some siege territories, but we're making good progress here. I'm going to group these together for the time being, and we're just going to make our way up. And I'm going to put in that siege commander here. Cool. Now, I'd love to get more battle war score. Unfortunately, their troops are nowhere to be seen. And we're going to be done with our siege war score quite soon. So we're now at 84. We can only get 16 more from siege. So the question is, where are they? I don't know where they are. But we'll find out. So there's another siege done. We're now at 92. We can only get 8% more from siege. Where did their armies go? Okay, Pisa, apparently. They went to Italy. Okay, interesting. So we're going to make our way... Hello, pause menu. We're going to make our way up over this way. We're now capped from sieging, so there's no point in sieging. We'll make our way up here. We'll arrive there in 7 months. We don't have much for supplies. That's a little awkward. But it is time to put a cut in here. This war is pretty under control at this point. Once we arrive up here and start taking this back, it'll end very quickly. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Ken2In, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Amici Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Cambrit, Martin Lawrence, Jens Graham, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.